All right, guys, so I'm gonna attempt a little talk and drive here today, try a different format, and I'm not gonna be talking too much about Lou. Seems like he made an appearance again, went back to the Dominican Republic. So I've been hearing a lot of rumors about, what's going on. I think his main channel keeps getting hit with strikes because, he's not supposed to talk about certain things there, or show certain content. So he's basically splitting things up into two channels. But I also heard other rumors alleging that some people are reporting him to the SEC for his pump and dumps. Some people are also going to the FBI. I don't know how exactly, but I've been seeing a lot of comments about this. What he's doing is criminal. I don't know if people are actually doing these things or not. I'm not. I'm just, I just call him out because he's a grifter and because he is just been misleading people for almost 2 years. But that's what I've been hearing, and now he's in the DR at his mom's place or his auntie's place, whatever it is. Definitely not his place, because the guy doesn't have two pennies to rub together, even though he talks about being a millionaire and whatnot. But that's that. I wanted to talk about something a little bit different today. So what I wanted to spend a little bit of time on today is talking about how people trade penny stocks such as GTII and COSM, and basically expectations. So there are two kinds of people who trade penny stocks. They're the kind of people who they do it as sort of like a hobby to gamble, kind of like you go to the casino and you you spend like $500, $1,000. You might lose all of it, and at the end of the day, had fun. Always better not to lose money, but it's a pastime. And then there's the people who, unfortunately, it's always going to be an issue. There's the people who think it's going to be their ticket to, getting rich quick. And as great as that sounds, we all want to get rich quick. There's no way to get rich quick. There's no reliable way to get rich quick, because if there was, we'd all be rich, right? You can win the lottery, you can get really lucky on one penny stock if you blow all your money into it. But these are just once in a lifetime things. It's not a reliable way to make money. So if you see it that way, just rethink what you're doing before you lose basically whatever you have left. But there's also other ways to make money if you're not rich. There's aside from working your 40 hours a week, there's a lot of things that you can do to build wealth, and it's not it's not easy, but better ways than putting all your savings into these penny stocks. So you hear a lot of people on YouTube talk about things like index funds, right? Index funds, putting your money in index funds, frankly, it's not for me. I have different stocks, pretty diversified, so it's almost as if I was investing in an index fund. But if you put your money in an index fund, you're not going to have any real choice on how your money is being invested. It's just a collection of stocks that you have no decision over. That's not for me, but it's a pretty low risk way to make money. If you make 8% a year, it's not great. You can invest in just pick your own individual stocks, or the other things that aren't really talked about as much, at least in this community, this AMC community, is investing in real estate. And I know that's that sounds easier said than done. And I'm not saying you have to be, you have to go from being, nothing to this landlord, like the, monopoly guy just owning multiple homes, but owning your own home. Because if you rent right now, if you rent your home, that money that you're spending every month is basically, it's wasted, right? Because what happens if you lose your job and you don't have any savings, you can't sell the place, right? Because you don't own it. You don't have any equity. You have to, you get evicted if you don't have, enough money to pay next month's rent. So I'm just talking about that, just that way to build wealth. Own the place that you live in. So there's a few, like I said before, it's not that simple. There's a few things that you have to, first of all, you have to have a, decent credit score to get a mortgage. The other thing is homes are pretty expensive now, and they're not going down, the price is not going down very much either. Even though we're basically almost in a recession, but home prices are still pretty high. So if you have to pick between a rental in a nice area or taking out a mortgage on a one of those like homes they have to fix up a little bit, maybe not the best neighborhood, I would still pick the home, especially if I didn't have family to kids, nothing like that. I would pick the home that's cheaper, even if it's in a worse neighborhood, even if it's in worse condition, because that's what you can afford. That's what will allow you to save money. So not only are you paying your mortgage every month and building equity, you can also save money outside of that. So you're building equity, and you can take the money you save and put it in stocks or whatever else. Finally, the other thing that really isn't talked about much at all is to invest in yourself, because there really isn't a lot you can do if your income isn't that high. If you're just living paycheck to paycheck, your skills aren't very marketable, and or you're working for a company that doesn't give you a raise that even keeps up with inflation. Like they still will give you 2% a year or like 0% a year. First thing, learn new skills, even if that takes if that costs a little bit of money up front. That's an investment that is going to allow you to make more money in the future. The other thing is, your employer might be underpaying you, might not be keeping your salary in pace with inflation. So if that's the case, just start sending resumes. Similar jobs at other companies might pay you more. And when you're looking for a job, you don't really have that much to lose aside from getting rejected from the jobs that you apply for. So, if you think it's time to go for managerial position or something like that, go for it. You might get it. You might get something like your current position, but more high up, more senior. That will allow you to make more money. Once you raise your income, then you can start thinking about saving some money for a down payment on a home. You can invest more of that money, or you can get experience in whatever field you work in, and use some money that you saved up and potentially start a business. So there's a lot of things that you can do to build wealth. None of them are super easy, but there are ways. Like I said, it takes work, but these are things that are proven, that have worked. Gambling substantial amounts of money on penny stocks is not going to get you there. If it does, you got lucky, but it's very difficult to get lucky. Might as well be, playing the lottery, and that's pretty harmless too, because you're not really putting that much money into it. But if you're putting $100,000, all your life savings, or $200,000, whatever it is, into COSM, because some fat guy in New York who knows nothing about stocks said it's going to go to the moon. Well, that's really not a good decision. You want to have fun, put 500, do that, you know, get your adrenaline rush. But beyond that, you're setting yourself up for failure. That's really what it is. No sugarcoating it. So anyway, that's the end of my rant here. Figured do a quick, or well, not so quick, I've been going around in circles here for a while, but yeah, just make one of my Sunday videos here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't be stupid with your money, and yeah, that's what I got. Peace.